show you a complete backstage of a Bounce-Lapse video. We will show you how to set up your time-lapse, how to set up your bounce count, and also in the post-production, how to reorder the photos. So let's begin. This is the setup. I will place some ice cream on the cone. It will take about 10-15 minutes to melt. So I will set up a 15-minute time lapse and I will set the bounce count to 4, which means that the ice cream will melt and unmelt 4 times while the camera is moving from one key pose to the other. So let's get the ice cream out, I guess. Now we have our ice cream ready. I'm placing it. Hopefully it will be in focus. I press time lapse and here I have record time. I will set it for just 15 minutes. That's all. And play time, how many seconds? Well, let's have just a 6 seconds of video. And I'm skipping all the other questions and I'm jumping all the way down to bounce count. Bounce count, I will enter 4, which means again the time will be going back and forth 4 times. Again, down below I see from pose 1, I will leave it as it is, and 2, pose 2, I will also leave it as it is, and I have my trigger cable attached. I have checked my focus, everything several times. It's all in manual as it should be, and I'm pressing start. It's gonna be taking 152 photos and it has started. The time lapse has just finished. Obviously my judgment is very poor. The ice cream has not melted, but still we got some amount of melting, so it should still be fine. So let's move on to the next stage where we will take our SD card and reorder the photos. So I have all the photos, in total 152 photos, and remember I chose 4 bounce count. So I multiply that 4 by 2, which gives us 8. So 8 is the amount of columns I should have. Right now I have 2, 4, 6, 7 columns. If I shrink the thumbnail sizes slightly, I get 2, 4, 6, 8 columns now. And make sure the files are ordered with their names. Once you get this, each and every one of those is one piece of the video. Let me show you. For example, I preview this first photo and I will press down and I will see each and every one of those photos one after another, and you will see that they are working one after another perfectly. And once I'm all the way down at the column, I press right and then move upwards and I continue watching my video. As you see, the ice cream has unmelted again and I'm all the way up. So it's like a snake. So you start from very top left, you go down, and once you get there, you move one column right and move up, and once you get to the top, you move one column right down. So once you do that, then you get the final result. So how can I get this? For example, in Adobe Premiere, what I personally do is I select each and every column and I copy them to individual folders. I create new folders. In this case, I'll create 8 new folders for each column. So what I do is I select each column and I copy them one by one to their own folders. It's important that I copy instead of moving the files, so my current grid stays as it is, so I can continue selecting them and copying them without any problems. Once this is done, one last thing before moving on to Adobe Premiere is I have to rename those photos, because Adobe Premiere really likes if the files are numbered in a sequence. So what I do is I select them all and I rename them. I choose Format and I just press OK. So now they are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I do the same for each folder. Now I can move on to Premiere. So I'll be importing each photo sequence. I select the first image and I make sure the image sequence box is selected and I import. I do the same for each folder. Now I have all 8 pieces individually imported. Now I select them all and drag them on the timeline. Now I have 8 pieces ordered next to each other. I select the even numbers 2, 4, 6 and 8 and I go to speed duration option and I reverse their speed. So now as you see, I can preview my video. The camera is moving straight line while the ice cream is melting and unmelting. So let's export and check out the final result. And this is the result. If we shot longer than 15 minutes, obviously the ice cream would have melted much more and it might have been much more dramatic. But since this is just a tutorial, I think this is enough to show you the concept. So we hope that you've enjoyed what you see in this video, and also we are eagerly waiting to see what you will be coming up with this new method. See you then.